I grew up in a small town called Dargaville, which is in Northland. It has about 5,000 people living in it.
I grew up on a small farm just inland from Oamaru in a place called Aotearoa.
I grew up in rural New Zealand in a place called Taranaki called New Plymouth.
I attended Waiuku College, and that's on the verge of South Auckland, just coming out of Auckland.
I grew up in a small rural town called Cambridge, which has about 10,000 people in it.
We're from a town in rural South Canterbury. It's called Pleasant Point, population around about 1,200.
I didn't really have any idea what was wrong with me when I was a kid. I just knew that I was different. I was lonely, but I didn't know what for.
My lasting memory growing up was of my mother stating very forcefully one night that marriage should be between a man and a woman.
I have mild cerebral palsy and was called a queer faggot when I was at school.
There was no education about anything to do with gay, lesbian, transgender studies.
The southern man image, which is portrayed in the Spates ads, is really prevalent. You know, all men were sort of put up on a pedestal of being manly, rugged, and tough, and practical. And if you fell outside of that, that was not an easy space to be in.
So I didn't really know it was okay to be gay, to be queer, or even really what trans was when I was growing up.
I always associated the idea of being a lesbian with being a really predatory person and not actually a valid identity.
One of the teachers found out, who was the drama teacher, and she started bullying me and my partner.
People weren't exposed to a lot of differences.
Yeah, I think diversity across the board, just it's a very same kind of town, and so for us, for me, just remember thinking of feeling quite different.
I think it would be better if schools like that have more knowledge or understanding, because now that I've come out of that school, I realise there are a lot of people like myself.
I do love where I came from. I love Dargaville, but I had to leave it behind so that I could be who I was.
It can be a pretty tough time, but there are heaps of other people who have been through the same experience of you and have come out the other end of it in a much better place.
The people that are important to you and the people that you are important to will still be there no matter what.
Everyone is different, and there are people out there now who love me for who I am, not in spite of it.
The I'm Local project aims to help kids growing up in these rural areas and teach them that people come in infinite variations and everyone's different, but everyone's awesome, and that it's okay to feel the things you're feeling. You're not alone, and you're valued and respected, and there are people out there who will love you, and your life will change.